Staying in decent shape has become almost a necessity for me. Not because I like taking juicy bikini photos, but mainly because it's become ingrained in my identity and I just enjoy living a relatively healthy lifestyle. It makes me feel stronger, it makes me feel more confident, you know, just makes me feel good about myself, and who doesn't like to look good? Okay. So I've become relatively great at maintaining a decent amount of muscle mass and relative leanness throughout the year. So in this video, I'm gonna go through some of the things that I do to help me stay in shape year round and not just for a summer body. And hopefully some of these tips help you if you are looking to get in shape, if you are also looking to stay in shape. And we wanna be looking good year round, okay? We don't just wanna look good in the summertime. We don't just wanna look good for our birthdays. Okay, we want to look good year round. So first things first is sleep. I prioritize my sleep. I aim for 8 to 9 hours of sleep every night. So I try to be in bed by like 10 p.m. Some days I do struggle. Okay, I'll stay up till like 1, 2 a.m. watching crime documentaries on Hulu. But most of the time I try to be in bed pretty early, 9, 10 p.m. I'm in bed. And this helps me just maintain a good balance of energy, because when I wake up, I'm fully energized. I feel good. I feel well rested. If I don't get enough sleep, my training is going to suffer, which means my recovery suffers. My recovery suffers. Oh my God. If I don't get enough sleep, my training suffers, my recovery suffers, and we all know that recovery is part of the growth process. Rest is important for muscle recovery and subsequently muscle growth, so make sure you're getting adequate sleep. Next, and most importantly, is my training. Okay, so when I'm training, I train to build muscle. I don't typically eat as if I'm bulking, hence I'm not really making any significant gains in terms of muscle mass. I can't do past what my body can do, you know? Like, you know feed zoo past to your body feed zoo. And that doesn't mean that I don't train as if I'm not trying to build muscle. So I always try to hit my weekly volume and training at a frequency where it's possible for me to apply progressive overload. So I'm also in a consistent calorie surplus. And also at this point in my lifting career, I've been training for 7 going on 8 years now. My progress is relatively slow, okay? And in the last year or so, I've probably only gained about 3 kilograms of muscle. That's not a lot, okay? So the plateaus do hit. I do get to a point where I'm not really moving. Like, the scale is just not budging. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because honestly, at this point in my career as well, I'm really focused on just maintaining what I've already built. So my advice for anybody who is lifting, whether you're trying to gain weight, lose weight, maintain, just always train as if you're trying to build muscle. Next is a part where a lot of people struggle with: nutrition. When it comes to nutrition, I am no longer restrictive. I have fluctuated between being very, very lean and looking a lot bulkier. And this is my current body right now versus a few months ago where I looked like this. And you can clearly see the difference. I look a bit heavier here. My hips are a lot more round. I have a lot more definition in my lower body and size in my lower body versus over here where I have a lot more ab definition, and you can see a lot more toneness in my midsection, but my lower body as well is a bit less bulkier. And that's just what happens. It's give and take. All right, you can't have one without the other. So whilst I'm bulking and my midsection is looking a little less toned, I also gain in my lower body as well. So like I said, you have to do a little exchange. You got to give and take. Okay, so you can have your cake and eat it too. I love cake, by the way. I can eat a whole cake. Oh my God, I'm craving cake right now, actually. But anyway, yeah, unfortunately, we can't eat whatever we want. Otherwise, I'd prefer to eat pizza every single day. I do try to have a set of meals that I eat all the time or regularly. I don't like the term dieting. Okay, I don't like the term dieting at all. I don't don't track calories unless I absolutely have to. Tracking is a tool, not a lifestyle. I have a policy of not doing things that bore the hell out of me, and tracking my calories is one of those. Anyway, if you do want to maintain muscle mass and keep your body fat within a certain range, then you of course still need to have some kind of grasp on your calories and your macros. If you can figure out some meals that you know are going to get you a decent amount of protein for an acceptable number of calories, and then keep those as your regular foods. So keep those as a regular feature in your diet, and that leaves you with less room to go wrong elsewhere. Every morning I have a protein shake, and I've been doing that for the last few years. And also for the last few days, I've been having this peanut butter and egg sandwich. Okay, I don't usually eat bread. I am not a bread eater, but Prozis had this whole grain option on their website, and I said, I'm gonna grab that. And it's not bad. And this is a much better alternative to white bread. So when it comes to nutrition, it's not really about restricting yourself from the foods that you enjoy, but finding the right substitutes, the better alternatives. So if you're someone who loves eating bread, instead of going for white bread, go for whole grain or whole wheat bread that just has better quality ingredients and will just be better for your overall calories. And also, I can't talk about nutrition without mentioning my handy dandy supplements. So these are for my pre-workout as well as the creatine. I also am trying out this new Big Shot Recovery. So this is the one that I've recently started using after my workouts. So after a workout, I will just do 2 scoops of this. This has BCAAs and it also has creatine and L-glutamine. So this is for recovery after your workouts. Every item that I am using in this video, supplements, food, snacks, are all from Prozis. Okay, this has helped me so much. I will always champion supplements because it's a very convenient way to consume protein, and in this case, I'm specifically talking about my whey protein supplement. This has helped me stay in shape by allowing me to meet my protein goals. So if you're someone who struggles with eating protein, like I did when I started, I, for the life of me, just could not get in enough protein, and it showed in my physique. Like I was doing the workouts, I was training, but I wasn't really looking the part. I wasn't really getting the gains until I started taking my supplements. And like I said, it's a convenient way to get your protein in. All right, that extra 50, 60, sometimes 70 grams of protein in your diet can go a long way. Another thing is basing my diet on lean protein whole foods. Now, obviously, you don't have to entirely avoid anything that has undergone any kind of processing, right? But if the majority of your diet is made up from things like fruits and vegetables, unprocessed meats, whole eggs, fish, and you're staying active regularly, then you'll probably find it very difficult to actually gain much body fat. And I don't avoid things like white rice and pasta because, let's face it, white rice tastes better. And also, I'm Nigerian, okay? I grew up on white rice and stew, and we will never depart. So it is a big staple in my diet. However, it's all about moderation. Moderation is key. You don't have to eat a bowl full of rice. You have to have a balance. And my diet isn't squeaky clean, right? Like I said, I'm not restrictive, but like I said, everything in moderation. I know exactly how to eat according to my goals, and I know when I'm overeating, and I know when to pull back. Also, following a 100% unprocessed diet takes a lot more effort than I'm just willing to put in. And I am not a bodybuilder. I am not competing. I like having a balanced lifestyle because it's a forever thing. I'm not doing this until a certain time. I'm doing this forever. I'm planning to live this healthy lifestyle forever. So if I'm not actively enjoying it, if I'm not enjoying the foods that I'm eating, then what's the point? Lastly, it's planning to go off plan. Everybody has off-plan times. It doesn't matter if you're not training, but we have holidays, we have birthdays, we have those time periods where it's a celebration, okay? I am not gonna be eating a meal prep on my birthday. No, I want to be chugging down as much cake as I can. And one thing I know about my birthday is the same day every single year. So I know to plan for it in advance. Same with travel, right? So I am probably going to be training a bit harder, eating a bit cleaner in the weeks leading up to these days. And this is what helps me just split the workload. So I don't feel guilty that I ate too much cake on my birthday or that I had too many French fries on my vacation. All right, just understand that there are times in life when you're not going to strictly adhere to those training and diet regimen, and that is not the issue. You just have to learn how to plan to go off plan. So those few weeks leading up to your birthday, leading up to Christmas, leading up to that holiday, whatever it is, just putting a little extra work, a little extra effort, just to cut your workload in half so that you don't feel guilty. It goes a long way, and that's what also helps me stay in shape. Ultimately, when it comes down to your fitness journey, it's all about keeping these things in mind. It's all about being intentional as well. It's not difficult. I know a lot of people hear this and they're like, oh my goodness, you put in so much effort just for this. I can't do it. It's too much. It's actually not too much. You know, the more consistently you do something, the more it becomes a habit. And then you actually start to enjoy it. Like, I remember in the beginning of my fitness journey, before I even started my fitness journey, I used to drink Coke every single day. Like, I never miss a chance to drink Coke. Every meal I had to have Coke. It was a habit. I never imagined that there was a time where I would drink Coke now and I will spit it out because it's too sweet. Like, the opposite of what I used to be. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's become a habit. Now drinking water is such a habit where drinking anything else besides that is disgusting to me. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, but I promise you it's not a lot of work. It just takes you just being intentional about your goals and intentional about the things that you want. And trust me, it's going to become like second nature to you. So when it comes to your fitness journey, when it comes to staying in shape, always think long term. It doesn't have to be difficult, and it certainly does not have to be complicated. And if you're struggling with where to start, how to start, what to do, I have a free 3-day full body gym guide on my website. It's free. You don't have to pay for this. Click the link in my description. I'm also going to pin the link in my comments so that it's easier for you. Check it out, download it. And if you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, then you can purchase my full program guide on my website, as well as my nutrition plans as well. If you have any difficulties, questions, or if you need any extra help, just reach out to me. Leave me a comment in my comments or send me a DM on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.